If I'm not mistaken, no? Parang wala pa siya. Okay, we will now on live. I will now ready the live streaming or the FB live streaming. So again, please do not forget to turn off, kindly check always your microphone and then of course your camera. I will now transfer. We will try to look at now the live streaming. So we will start the live streaming. So please take note.
Through all those times, I felt a happiness with you, even though you never felt the same way too. It's not that I didn't know what you felt in your heart, 'cause I felt it too. Letting go, letting you leave it all behind is something I'll never get used to. And it hurts to know that you may never look my way again. Why didn't you tell me what held you back? Did you ever think of everything I'd feel? You fell for me and said I had your heart, but you just let me fall, never try to catch me at all. Should I hate you and try to just forget? Should I blame myself and live with this regret? If I could only do it all again, I would turn back time, back when I was yours and you were still mine. Sana'y narinig sa iyong labi, di ganun iyong nadarama sa'kin. Hinayaan mong pusong nahuhulog at nasasaktan na nga ngayon. May magagawa pa ba? Malilimot pa bang mga sakit? Nagkulang ba di nadama pag-ibig? Kung maibabalik ang nakaraan nung ako'y iyong
vision and wisdom of Dr. Warda D. Gimba, a club that would cater to the compounding quality research outputs and student researchers, was founded on the 22nd day of April 2015. Dr. Gimba, the research and thesis coordinator of the College of Education main campus, spearheaded the organization with its initial members composed of students who were enrolled in her methods of research courses during the second semester class of academic year 2015-2016. The organization was then officially named the Young Researchers Club, also known as YRC.
scholars in the community of learning and be able to contribute in the growing research enthusiast.
To motivate and inspire undergraduates to become independent thinkers by enhancing their critical thinking skills through research and paper critiquing.
To expose undergraduates with innovative and quality researches through various activities and programs.
To inculcate the value and imperatives of research in the 21st century education.
To prepare the young researchers for the graduate program.
Good day, everyone! Welcome to the Young Researchers Club webinar series project, Cultivating Enthusiasm for Research Learning in the New Normal. As we are about to start the program, we would like to introduce first the following house rules for this webinar. First, participants are required to join the event 10 minutes earlier before the target time of the webinar. Set your name to your full name for your proper identification. To avoid distractions to the speaker, kindly mute your microphone all the time. Turn during the event. Zoom will be locked the moment the event starts. In case of internet disconnection, participants may still continue watching the event via FB live stream. For any query, you may share it during the open forum or type in the chat box. To formally start the program, let us put our presence with the Almighty God through a 1-minute silent prayer and to be followed by the virtual signing of the national anthem.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. Kayang magiliw, helas ng silanganan, alam ng puso, sa dikit mo'y buhay. Lupang binirang, kuya ka ng magiting, sa manluluping, di ka pasisigil, sa nagatang tutok sa simoy at sa langit kong pagaw, ay hinagang tulad, awit sa pagkayang minamahal. Ang isang ng agawat mo'y tagumpay na nagkikinig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan ang may magkikinig. Lumanang araw ng warhabit pagsingka, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang inigaya na partay mga amin, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Ladies and gentlemen, this event is brought to you by the Young Researchers Club of the College of Education, Mindanao State University, Main Campus. I am Siti Hafsa Imam, your Master of Ceremony for today. This webinar aims to share knowledge about particular aspect of research that can be helpful to everyone's journey in the research. With that, we would like to extend our warmest welcome and gratitude to everyone for being with us today. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the fourth webinar series of the Young Researchers Club with the topic Assessing Online Academic Resources in the New Normal Environment, and with the theme Cultivating Enthusiasm for Research Learning in the New Normal. Without further ado, we would like to introduce to you our resource speaker of the day. Our resource speaker for today's event is, he finished his Bachelor of Library and Information Science and finished his Master of Library and Information Science both in Mindanao State University, as well as his Doctor in Public Administration. He is currently the president of the Philippine Librarians Association, Incorporated in the Armed Council, and a present chairman in the Committee on Network and Linkages, Mindanao Association of State Tertiary School Library Network. Our speaker also attended various events as a resource speaker, such as orientation on school library management and induction of officers of Marawi City Division Schools Library in Charge Organization, and the basics, research documentary and research online access, and the 2017 COHA International Conference, and many more. He also presented his paper entitled perceived impact on the adaptation of Koha Integrated Library System on the State University Libraries Management System. And he attended events as a judge such as seminar, play shop on public ethics and accountability, the College of Education undergraduate research colloquium, and fostering teacher education, making the teaching profession as a first choice. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome the presence of our resource speaker, Sir Abubakar S. Mama.
Afternoon. Hear me? Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay, can you hear me, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Good afternoon to each and everyone, to the MSU YRC, to everybody who are watching right now. Good afternoon, and in Islamic way of saying it, Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for having me. I think this is an opportunity for us to uh, reorient ourselves with the recent trends, no, in research. Because of the pandemic, we are having difficulties in accessing online information. So I am here to give you some of the uh, information or understanding or knowledge skills for you to able to access reliable information online. So with this, I'd like to share with you my presentation entitled Accessing Information Academic Online Resources in the New Normal. Okay, so to all the participants, please listen because I will be calling your names, no? During the or in the course of the lecture. All right, so okay, so just wait. Okay, guys, can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is my presentation, accessing online academic sources in the new normal environment. So remember that we are in the new normal environment because this is a consequence of the global pandemic, no, the COVID-19. So in this lecture, I will be presenting to you some of the global situation, no, of the pandemic and its consequences, both in the information sources and in the education system. Secondly, I'd like to present to you some of the responses of the information centers in delivering information services. Example of this is the libraries, no, because during the early stage of the pandemic, most of the institutions were closed, no, and that includes the libraries. And then I'd like to explain also to you the contextual framework of information sources, and then most importantly, the trends in publishing industry. And then the meatloaf of my presentation is to give you some of the open access databases which you can use in this new normal, no? Because the new normal is characterized by accessing information using your smartphone or using your tablet or using your laptops, no? As long as it is connected to the Wi-Fi or in any internet sources. Okay, so this is the recent data which I accessed online. I think that was on November 30, 2020, the global situation in terms of the COVID situation. So as of November 30, uh, there are about 62 million confirmed cases, no? So that is global. And there was 1,456,000,000 deaths. So ang daming namatay, ang daming nahawaan ng sakit. However, in the Philippines on November 18, 2020, we have nearly about 500,000 confirmed cases with only 7,957 deaths. So that is the global situation and the local situation of the COVID-19. So what's the all right. So where can I see the participants? Okay, so I'd like to ask Miss Johaina Lawa. Miss Lawa, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Hello, sir. Yes, sir. Nandito po.
Miss Lawa?
Sir.
Yes, can you read? Can you see the slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is one way of me ensuring you that you are listening and you are also viewing the slide. So can you please read the current slide?
The impact on education system. The global lockdown of education institution is going to cause major and likely unequal interruption in students' learning, disruptions in internal assessments, and the cancellation of public assessments for qualifications or their replacements by an inferior alternative. Sir, yun na.
So what does it mean? No? So ito yung impact ng COVID-19, global pandemic. So in other words, the global impact of COVID-19 is multifaceted and is clearly manifested in almost all sectors, particularly health, economic, and education sectors. So since the announcement of the virus as a pandemic in March 2020, there have been a plethora of daily reports on its impact on the lives of millions across the world. Accordingly, every country's primary concern has become to diminish the spread of the virus and alleviate its effects on the society in general and in most vulnerable communities in particular. So based on the medical research, there seems to be a global consensus among infectious disease specialists and public health officials to limit face-to-face classes as a means of protecting the students and the community at large from the spread of the virus, that is according to Murphy. However, according to the UNESCO reports, more than 1.5 billion students in about 165 countries have been affected by the lockdown of schools and campuses. So schools, colleges, and universities were forced to shift in some way or another to online learning as a replacement for on-site delivery. On the other hand, both the private, the international schools were able to shift to online schoolings using various platforms such as Google Classrooms, Schoology, CISO, Blackboard, and Moodle, and of course the Zoom. So with that, no, we see that the impact of the COVID-19 mostly is the closure of the not just the university but some institutions or a private school. So because library is one of the institutions who are part of the education system, there's also this so-called impact not to the library as your source of information. So the next slide talks about the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on the library. So may I call on Miss Yasmin Hana to read the current
Yes.
slide.
Um,
Yasmin, are you
Impact
there?
of COVID. Yes, sir. Can you hear me po?
Yes, yes, please.
Impact of COVID-19 pandemic on libraries, library closures, restrictions to staff and visitors, handling of library materials, providing services remotely, sharing of resources and services, serving people in isolation, mental health of staff.
Okay, so that is true, no? Uh, because the library is a support institution to the parent institution in general or organization, mayroon din siyang effect, no? In fact, in the Philippines, no, accordingly, the there are 3.5 million tertiary level students enrolled in approximately 2,400 higher educational institution. That is including you because you are enrolled in the Mindanao State University. Certain HEIs in the country have implemented proactive policies for the continuance of education despite of closures. These policies includes modified form of online learning that aims to facilitate student learning activities. Online learning might be in terms of synchronous, real-time lectures like this, and time-based outcome assessment, or asynchronous, delayed time activities, or like pre-recorded video lectures and time-independent assessment. So arguably, the higher educational institutions pivot to modify form of online learning attempts to concretize the government stance to continue learning despite the pandemic. So sabi ng DepEd, no, according to the Department of Education Secretary by the name of Leonor Briones, education, sabi niya, must continue even in times of crisis, whether it may be a calamity, a disaster, emergency, quarantine, or even war. On the other hand, the Philippine Commission on Higher Education, or the CHED, advised the higher educational institutions to continue the deployment of available flexible learning and other alternative modes of delivery in lieu of on-campus learning. So this pronouncement aims to encourage the continuance of learning. So you see, despite of the pandemic, there are announcement or pronouncement from the DepEd or from the CHED to continue the education. So there are so many modes by which we can continue learning. And one of the example is this one, no? Because we are in Zoom, I am delivering to you a lecture with the use of the internet. So because of the pandemic, almost all of the libraries in the Philippines are closed. So you cannot access the on-site resources because it is closed. There are also restriction to staff and visitors. And the handling of library material also is very crucial, no? Because we can transfer the virus using the books, no? Providing services remotely, and then sharing of resources and services, serving people in isolation just like you, and then the mental health of the library staff, because most of the librarians are now worried, no? Especially those senior librarians. So, right. So because of that, no, let me share to you some of the responses that the libraries in the Philippines are doing right now. No, because as I said, most of the libraries are closed, and some are now opening the building to the users, but some are encouraged to stay at home and to access the libraries using their mobile phones and laptops. All right. So let me share to you first the response or the innovative service by the LaSalle. Okay. So can you see this slide? All right. So when you visit the De La Salle University libraries, okay, the website of the La Salle University, University Library, you will see this, no? On this page. And there is a pop-up right here, okay? They call it as the LoRa, or the Library Online Reference Assistance. Okay, so what does it mean? So when you want any information or academic information or resources maybe, or you are doing the thesis and you want to view the literature available in the library on your topic, you can click the chat now, and real time LoRa will communicate to you, will answer you in terms of your query. So when you click LoRa, it gives you this. So this is the LoRa, no? So you can email LoRa, meaning to say you can email the librarian in charge of LoRa in the LaSalle University Library. So you can email LoRa. So use the online form to send your question to LoRa. Expect a response within 24 hours, excluding Sundays and holidays. Other than that, you can also chat with Laura. This is a real-time online help from Laura available during opening hours, meaning to say this is available from 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock p.m. You can also text Laura. No, you can text Laura from any cell phone that supports text messaging. Message and data rates may apply, and that's available during the library hours. You can also call Laura and do a Skype with Laura. So that is one way of responding to the pandemic from the La Salle University. So let us look at also the University Library of the University of the Philippines. So the same with Laura, when you visit the web page or the website, you can see in the right side of your screen, you can see the chat with the University Library. Okay, so when you click this one, you will continue, no? If you are connected to your messenger, so you can click that and try to establish connection with the University Library of the Philippines, and then do the necessary request. And then they are, I believe, they are very responsive to the online users. So here are also some of the information that the University Library of the University of the Philippines is doing. There's also a guideline and assistance for faculty and students to access the library resources. There's also a library guide to the new normal. So those are just two of the biggest libraries in the Philippines who are doing a responsive service amid of the pandemic. So either way, nasaan ang MSU? So ito yung response ng Mindanao State University Library. This is your library, right? So when you visit the library.msumain.edu.ph, you will be landed on this web page. So here, you will see the about, the services, the online resources, the contact us, and then the web OPAC. The web OPAC is the online version of the traditional card catalog. So meaning to say, you can access the title or the titles of books, journals, newspapers, magazine inside or kept in the university library. So what I want to emphasize here is the contact us, this one. Hello guys, are you following? Are you
Yes,
with me?
sir. Yes, sir.
Right? Am I going too fast? Am I
Sir,
going
no, sir.
26 kilometer per minute? Okay, so what I'd like to emphasize is the contact us link, this one. So when you click the contact us, you will be redirected again to a page, this one. All right, so can you see it? So there is a book reservation. So you can check the availability of the book at the online public access catalog. Mamaya ipapakita ko sa inyo. So here, you need to fill up, no? You need to your name, student, undergrad student, masteral, doctoral, your ID number, your contact number, your email, and then the call number or the title of the book. And then when you click submit, automatically the information or the request will go to the librarian in charge. So this is the Online Public Access Catalog or the OPAC. I'm sure that some of you are already familiar with this one. Okay, so this is the Online Public Access Catalog of the Mindanao State University Library. So mamaya papakita ko sa inyo, but don't forget to screenshot the link at msumain.edu.ph. So you will be on this page, and then from here you can browse the collections, both books, journal, magazine, newspaper of your university library, including your college library, the college library of the College of Education, of the Public Affairs, of the forestry, fisheries, and almost all of the college uh, libraries of the Mindanao State University. All right. So this is the now. Before having a knowledge about this, first is that you are using Google, right? Hello, guys. Are you
Yes,
following?
sir. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So since the lockdown, no, how do you access information? You cannot go to the library because the library physically are closed. So you do not have any idea that the library website are that responsive enough to your research queries. So I assume that most of you relied on using, and I know that you are very familiar with Google because every questions that you have in mind, you want Google to provide you with an answers. Okay, so this is Google. All right, Google. So when you type any query to Google, Google will give you a lot of results. No, just for example, this one. How to define so in this example, you have 76 million results in one query only. So take a look at the result, no? So there are so many choices that you can choose on, okay? And then you can also click the tab number 2, 3, 4, and 5 if you are not satisfied with the first result. So most of the students are clicking not satisfied with the result and to revise the search query with the process all over again. Okay, Google is information search engine. No, if you are using that for research, so there are so many techniques, no, by which you can use Google. So later on, I will give some of the strategies in using Google. So so because Google provides you a lot of experiencing dilemma whether or not or not, and some of you do not have a choice but to click any results and then starts to do the ritual. I know you know the ritual, no? You copy, you paste, pass it. Ask you, sino yung author? What is the date of publication? Who is the publisher? And so on and so forth. And then you say that, ma'am, pwede bang mag-submit na lang the address? Because Google, sometimes if you handle in some website, do not geographic information. So that actually contributed to the reliability of the information. All right. So later on, I will give you some of the techniques of using Google. Right. So I cannot move. Okay. So let us check the reality, no? So as I said kanina, you want to go to the library, but the library gives you a very limited resources and updated resources, and some of you think that staying in the library is kind of boring, and then you think of any alternative and you say that okay, I will go to the internet cafe to access online information. The problem is that online study is solely on Google, because Google will give you some of the information that is not reliable in general, no? There is also a question on the recency, the reliability, and the accuracy of information. So because we are in the pandemic, that is really information. So remember that most of these organization are now during the pandemic. Saan pupunta? So let me try to give you an understanding why you need to access online, no, information during this pandemic. So this is the traditional publishing scheme, no? So sa publishing scheme, so from the publisher, they will select a ship or shipment company to ship the resources, and then after that, they will and then hello,
Hello, sir. Yes.
hello,
Uh, Sir?
nawala yung my screen. Okay, okay, can you see it,
Yes, sir. Yes.
guys?
Yes po.
Okay. So medyo matagal, but because of the pandemic, some of this organization or this business scheme don't work, no, because yun na nga nagka-pandemic. But with the help of electronic publishing, so from the publisher directly you can access the information, because internet lang nag connect from the end user. With that, pwede nyo nang ma-access yung mga online information. So in this scenario, no, so most of the resources in the library, no, napansin nyo, goes online. That's the reason why when you are online, nakaka-access kayo ng e-books, and some of you na-access din ng news or newspaper, journal articles, magazine, and what have you. Alright? So sabi mo, sir, but kaya most of the resources na access online? That is because of the trends in the publishing industry. Some of the publishers are now going or moving online because they understand the market. And the market is most of the users are now holding a smartphone. So smartphone is just like a computer, a small handheld computer na merong capability to access the online information sources. So some of the publishers, no, have the idea of putting these resources into a database or databases. So ito yung tinatawag natin na aggregated database. So this give birth to this one, no, the ProQuest, the Oxford University Press database, the Greener, the Cambridge, the Springer, and many more. This is the meatloaf of the presentation. So I will I will lead you to these databases, no, for you to have a glimpse of what I am talking about, no. So please screenshot this no, site.gov/view/MSU eLive. So this is the official website of the MSU Library eLive division or electronic library division. So I go to Google. Okay, so sites that Google. Can I share the screen? Chrome. Wait lang ah. All right, guys. Can you see this?
Yes po.
Hello?
Yes po, sir.
All right. Wait lang ah.
Okay po, sir.
Where is the share screen? Okay. Just wait ah. Okay. So can you see it?
Yes po, sir.
So, ano nakikita nyo? Is it the Google Chrome? Okay, this one.
Yes po.
Sites.google.com slash view slash MSUE live. And then you hit enter. Okay. And then just official web page of the MSU library e-library division. So can you see it? This
Yes
one?
po, sir. Yes. We can see it.
Okay. So you click databases, right? You click that. Okay. So after you click that, you landed in this page. So in here, you will see a lot of open access databases. So what I mean with open access databases. So ito yung mga databases na hindi na kailangan magbayad. Kung the information online for you to access full text, you need halang pag-subscribe. So in here, yung mga databases na free. Alright? So say for example, no, let's go to this is. Are you familiar with Eric? Eric, so let's also open Press.
Hello, sir.
Stop ba yung share screen? Okay, just wait ah. Okay. See it?
Yes. Yes po, sir.
The Philippines Journal online, and then you also have PQDT, and then what else? This one, not this issue. Let's try to. So you are familiar with Eric, are you? So this is an open access database for education resources or students seeking information. Okay, so dito kayo. So we should click. This is the full text.
Hello, sir.
Hello. Hello. Hello, guys. Hello.
Hello po.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes
Yes,
po,
sir.
yes.
Hello.
Yes po.
Okay, okay, okay. So this is now the Eric, no? You can access at eric.ed.gov, no? So please click this option, no? Full text available. Begin classroom, classroom discipline. Okay, classroom discipline. So you click search. So Eric will give you is the example. So you all right. You have the and then you have the journal's name kung saan siya na-publish, and then you also have the year kung kailan siya pinablish. And then here, this is snippet abstract. No? So before you decide to open this one, you can read first this abstract. No? And then you also have this one, satisfaction of teachers' need for autonomy. In here, makikita mo na response or result from your query. So in here, no, makita mo up to 177 tabs. So that is only for your query. Okay? So this one, classroom discipline. You search for classroom discipline, and Eric gives you 2,653 results. All right. So you can also pay attention to the left side panel because this panel is a limiter, no, or option or filters. No, you can filter the results in classroom discipline, in higher education, classroom discipline as teaching method, classroom discipline techniques, or classroom discipline in secondary and elementary level. So you can also see here the source, no, kung saan siya galing na journal, the author, the publication type, all right, and then yung education level in this side. So you can click that, and then the result page will refresh, okay, and then i-change niya depende doon sa sinelect mo na filtering option. All right, so let's try to open one. So as I said kanina, open access databases are databases na free of charge. So when you click that, and then okay, so bibigyan niya sa ito, no? So you click download full text. Your browser will download the resources for this particular resource for free. Okay, so with that, kunin mo na, okay, and then you can try to cite any or any statement in this particular example if it supports your research. All right, so this is the example, the
Hello, sir. Sir Mama.
Hello, sir.
Since we're still waiting for Sir Mama to come back, we would like to inform everyone. Okay, Sir Mama is here. Hello, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. You can go
Hindi niyo
back
ba ako narinig
on
kanina?
screen share.
While I am
Um,
discussing the area.
Nakat ka po.
Hello?
Hello,
Hello?
sir. Yes, sir. So you can go back to your screen sharing, sir. Yes, sir.
Yung Eric database.
Yes, sir. Nakita namin yung Eric, sir.
All right, all right. Para alam ko kung saan ako continue, okay? So again, this is Eric. No? So pay attention left side panel because these are all limiters, no, by which you can limit your search. So aside from Eric, we also have the DOAB. No? So DOAB is the Directory of Open Access Books. So directory, meaning to say, it is a hub of open access publishers. No? So ang laman din nito are all books.
And nawala naman si sir. Yes, since you are, okay, Sir Mama is here. Ayan. Hi, sir. Hello, sir. Are you there, sir?
Hello? Naiinta ba yung anas? Hello?
Hi, sir.
Hello?
Yes, you are back, sir.
Yes.
Sir, siguro, sir, we are, would like to recommend na lang siguro, sir, that by the time you will be screen
Yes.
sharing, perhaps you could turn off your camera, sir, so that you can conserve your bandwidth, and then
Okay.
probably we can minimize the technical difficulty. Yes, sir.
Yes, okay, okay, that's
Thank you
true.
so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so I'll stop my camera.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so all right. So this is the directory of open access books, no? So as I said kanina, we are discussing open access databases, meaning to say these databases provides you a free access to their content. Okay, so the directory of open access books gives you information, no, in a book format. So let's try to search school curriculum, for example. Okay, school curriculum. So when we hit the search button, the database will give you a list of books that corresponds to your search query. So ito na yun sila. All right? So these are all books that talks about school curriculum. Okay. Okay. So like for example, you click this one, the future of curriculum. So it will lead you to the link to full access. So you can access and download the 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 entire book. So you can click here, free access, and then uh, and after maload niya, there is an option here to download the entire book. All right. Okay. 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 So this is one of the examples, of the results that corresponds to our search query, the school curriculum. All right. So the title is "The Future of the Curriculum: School Knowledge in the Digital Age" by Ben Williamson. So, as I said, open access provides you a a free access to their content. So in other words, from cover to cover yung na-access ng researcher, okay? So this is one of the examples, no? This is a book, all right? So ayan, no? So we have 149 pages free. So when you want to download this book, you click this one, okay? Download. All right. So after that, you click save. So meron ka ng book that talks about school curriculum. Okay. Other than that, we also have the UP journal online. So most of the researchers, especially those who are doing thesis and dissertation, are having difficulty in finding local studies which may support the claim of their research paper. So in the case of the Mindanao State University students, some of the researchers are, limited to the collections of the Mindanao State University Library. Some are uh, going li- to the library of the Bukidnon State University. Some did visit the MSU-IIT library, and then mostly uh, are also visiting the library of the Xavier University in Cagayan de Oro City. But we do not know that there is a website pala of the University of the Philippines that we can use in accessing their collections. So uh, this is the uh, proper link, to the journals published by the University of the Philippines online. So you can access that uh, uh, by typing journals.upd.edu.ph. So you'll be landed in this site. So forget about the username and password, no? So you click, for example, no, in this one, no? So say, for example, school management. Meron bang school management? Okay, so here you have also options, no? You can try to search the full text or the abstract only or the title only. So you can leave that as it is and then try to search. So there is no result. And then why don't we try curriculum? Curriculum, school curriculum, and then search. All right, so here mayroon siyang results. Okay, so we search again for school curriculum, and then the University of the Philippines Diliman Journals Online gives us these results. All right, so these are all free, no? You can access the abstract if you want to read first the abstract, or you can click this PDF if you want to read the full text. All right, so you have here the title column, you have here the issue column, and then the journal column kung saan siya galing. And then in the issue column, makikita mo siya kailan siya na-publish. All right? So say for example, we want to view this one, analysis of factors affecting the changes in the Philippine elementary art curriculum in 1982 through 2003. So when you click the PDF, all right? So ilo-load niya yung information or the source itself. Okay? So this is it. Okay? So this is now a full text copy of that particular resource. So you see, even if you are in Marawi City pala, or even if in Cagayan de Oro or Iligan, you can still access the resources of the University of the Philippines just by using your smartphone or your laptop or your any handheld devices na may capability to access online information. Okay, so if you click this full screen, okay, full screen. So pwede mo siyang ma-view na naka full screen na. Okay, and then there is also a link where you can download this particular uh, information. No? So you click save and then ayun. So mayroon ka ng full text of a study from the University of the Philippines. All right. So aside from that, I want to introduce to you also a very important database where you can access thesis and dissertation only. So yung kanina, yung na-access ninyo is ebooks, and then the ERIC, ang na-access ninyo is journal articles, and then here, the PQDT Open gives you millions of thesis and dissertation. All right. So this is the open access version of the um, ProQuest, no? Kasi nandito yung logo nila. So mayroon din siyang subscription based, but na-access nyo lang sa mga libraries na may subscription sila. But this one is the open access version. So meaning to say, ang na-access nyo lang dito is only thesis and dissertation. There is no books, there is no journals, there is no magazines. All right? So, all right. So, say for example, no, uh, multiple intelligence. Okay, so you search for multiple intelligence. Okay, so when you click search, the database again will provide you a list of results from the PQDT Open, but only limited to thesis and dissertation. You cannot access books here or journals, only thesis and dissertation. So this is one of the examples, no, or the uh, results page. So you have the title, okay, you have the author, and then kung saan siya na-conduct, no? This is from California State University, Long Beach, no? And then na-conduct siya no 2015. It has 63 pages, and then there is the link to the full text. All right? So when you click the link to the full text, okay, click continue. So the database will direct you to the open access, I mean to the full text of the resource itself. So the same with other databases, you can also download because there is a download link. So this is an example, no? This is an example. This is a thesis conducted in California State University. Okay, so this is the title: the multi-user, multiple input, multiple output beam form and frequency communication. Okay, so this is the thesis, the 65 pages thesis. So when you want to download that, you just place the cursor in the upper right of your screen, and then you click download, and then you can save it. All right, So don't forget to explore this database because this is a very useful database when you are doing research. So the same with PQDT, we also have OATD. OATD is very similar to the PQDT Open because it will also give you um, resources but limited to thesis and dissertation only. So as the name indicates, open access thesis and dissertation. So this is a search box. You can type any query or your topic in the search box and then you click the search. Then right after that, the database will present to you a list of possible results, that correspond to your query. Okay, so there are so many databases which the University Library of the Mindanao State University have identified, okay, and put it here in this uh, web page. Okay, so ito lang yung magiging window ninyo to the open access database. Don't forget to screenshot, or to type this link. All right, so you have here the sites.google.com/view/MSU eLive. So when you type that in your browser and you click enter, it will lead you to this. Okay, so as I said kanina, that this is the official website of the MSU Library e-library division. So you click the databases and you will be landed in this page, which provides you a collection of open access databases. So these are all free databases that you can use whenever you want to access information in this new normal. All right, so there is also a newspaper link in here which we put several months ago. So you do not need to buy a newspaper because most of the general circulating newspaper in the country, nilagay na namin dito. So you have here in national circulating newspapers, just like the Philippine Star, the Philippine Daily Inquirer, the Manila Bulletin, and then we have here the local circulating newspaper and tabloids, no? So just like Abantes and People's Journal. So no need to click, each link, because we already created a search engine for you. So this is the search engine for the national newspaper, and this is the search engine for local newspaper. So suppose that you are looking for the impact, for example, of COVID-19 to education. Okay, education. So that is your query. So you are searching the national newspaper if mayroon ba silang any articles on that, because newspaper articles can also be used in your research. No, you can cite any articles in your chapter 2 as part of your review of related literature. So when you click search, and then this one, the the website will give you this result. No, so here you can browse the different results, no? So kung meron kang nagustuhan dyan, just click that, and then you click the title, and then the database will redirect you to the article itself. Alright? So pwede mo na siyang basahin, pwede mo na siyang i-cite if you are doing a research paper. So please bear in mind that ito lang yung magiging window of your information seeking, this one, right? So I guess I have so many things to say, but na-shortcut ko na lang, no? Because all right, Where is the okay? So all of the things no na nandito sa presentation ko ay binigay ko na sa inyo in a real time. Okay? So ito sana sila, but binigay ko na lang sa inyo with a demo so that you will see how to use those databases. So itong nandito, just like UP Journals Online, nandito sa slide, pinresent ko na sa inyo na real time with demo, including the PQDT Open and many more. All right? So I guess yun lang muna masishare ko sa inyo. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your insights and expertise to us. And also, you have this. You have also shared to us that, despite of the pandemic, there are different mode to continue our learning. Like for example, joining webinar through Zoom, Google Meet, and other social media platforms. And you also have shared that when it comes to our thesis, we could find some open access resources or databases in some prestigious schools, e-library in the Philippines, such as UP Diliman, De La Salle, and also our beloved alma mater, Mindanao State University. So at this moment, for our open forum, we are now open to accommodate questions from the participants regarding the discussion. Kindly comment down your questions via Facebook live stream or send them via the Zoom meeting chat box. So our first question, sir, is from Farhana A. Pumbaya, and her question is, do we have LoRa services, sir, in MSU?
Yung LoRa services is the name of the service in De La Salle. But the bottom point is magkakapareho lang sila. Those are all online reference service. Meaning to say, reference. Meaning to say you can ask the librarians online, and the librarian will respond to your queries and then try to browse the collection in the library kung meron sila dun sa resource, dun sa request ng gusto ng isang students, and then the library will select any modes to deliver the information itself. So si Laura, ay yun lang yung name na binigay nila doon sa service. So just like for example in Cagayan Provincial Learning Library, meron din silang online reference assistance called the Elvira. The same with Laura. These are all online reference service of the library. So in the case of the Mindanao State University, yung pinakita ko sa inyo kanina na book reservation form. So as of this moment, wala pang pangalan, but maybe later bigyan ng pangalan ng university library para ma-identify siya na just like for example Siri of the iPhone. So parang ganun siya, you can ask Siri, you can ask question, you can request, and all of that, no? So ganun siya. So the question itself, meron ba tayong LoRa sa MSU? Meron, but not by the name of LoRa, but by the name of contact us, and then meron siyang book reservation form. You fill out the form and then you click submit, and then marireceive ng librarian in charge, and then the librarian in charge will do something to provide you your request. Yun lang.
Oh, thank you, sir. The second question is from Norhata Mapandi, and her question is, sir, can we still access the e-library here in Dasmariñas, Cavite?
Yes, I presented to you kanina the website, no? It's sites.google.com/view/MSU eLive. All right. So when you type that in your browser, Even if you are in a very remote place in the world, you can still access the website of the MSU library as long as you have an internet connection. So may I share to you again, right? The way, no? So all right, so here, okay, so let's start with, okay, Google. So in the address box, you type sites.google.com/view/MSUE live. So you click enter, and then your browser will redirect you to this site. So this is the website of the MSU main library, e-library division. So you click databases, all right? And then nandiyan na lahat ng mga databases for your research. Okay, so I am now at Cagayan de Oro, and I am accessing the website of the MSU-Marawi. Okay? All right, so I
Okay,
hope
sir.
I satisfy the question.
Thank you, sir. And from the last question, sir, actually, sir, hindi to question, is a request by our professor, Sir Fernando Secate Jr.
Yes.
If we could have some copy of those links, sir.
Links. Yes, yes. The links are provided on the website itself. So again, no, here is the site, right? So I type sites.google.com/view/MSU live. Okay, so I advise you to click the databases. All right. So when you click the databases, you do not need to memorize the individual links of these databases, because I already made these icons as clickable links. No, for example, notes the SDGF library. No, so this is a library that is in support of the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations. Okay, so when you click the icon, it will automatically open in a new tab. Okay, so the same with other uh, databases, just like this AnuPress. So when I click the icon, so mag-open siya. So no need to get the link or ask me the link, because these are all clickable links. What you need to get, no, is the link of the MSU e-library website. This one, the sites.google.com/view/MSU e-live. Okay.
Okay, sir, copy.
Is that clear?
Hi, sir. Another
Yeah.
question.
Okay.
Hi, sir. Um, I'm I am Fernando Sigeti Jr. I'm actually a teacher in the College of Education, and I do believe that most probably when it comes to open access, like for example, websites for journals and articles, thesis, and dissertations, most likely yung content po is for science and mathematics, no? Science and mathematics, the pure, and then of course the side of education. What else? Language, specifically English, no? But we actually have problems, sir, when it comes to researches on Filipino. So, can you suggest, sir, or meron po bang repository on researches about Filipino, sir? Kasi the college is offering BS Ed Filipino, and then parang may difficulty sila on searching literatures and related studies on Filipino, especially Filipino education. Meron po ba?
All right. I failed to mention, no, the different types of the databases. Uh, may databases na very comprehensive. There's a term, no, multi. What do you call this? And then mayroon ding databases na
Multidisciplinary,
very
sir?
specific, multidisciplinary databases, no. So yung pinakita ko sa inyo mostly yung PQDT Open, multidisciplinary. And then yung iba, very subject specific. May databases na solely for applied sciences. May mga databases din solely for social sciences, just like that. So in terms of databases for Filipino, no, or research in Filipino, I suggest you visit the UP Journals Online. This one, because may mga resources sila dyan na pinapublish because they also have a program, no, of AB Filipino. Probably meron din silang masters in Filipino. So you can access that and then mag-open and then you try to put any query. But may mga search box kasi dalawang klase yung search box eh. Mayroong search box na you can express as you want, just like Google. Free way to expressing your query. May mga search box din na very sensitive. Like for example this UP Journals Online, you cannot search using phrase, no? Kailangan you select a technical term that comprehensively represents the idea of the query. All right? So isang term or two terms is enough. Pero kung isa-search mo siya as a phrase, it will give you a zero result. So other than that, if you want to search information, you can of course use Google. But hindi ko sa inyo na present yung Google. I have a separate lecture on how to use Google. But Google is a very responsive search engine. You can type Google, for example, no, you are searching. Sir, can you give me a search query or research area in Filipino?
Sir, Wika.
Yeah.
Wika. Yes. Ano ba? Wika sa...
Ito na lang. Wikang pambansa. Okay.
Wikang
Okay.
pambansa.
Can you see it? The screen? Nakikita niyo yung screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Wikang pambansa. So if you search that way, Google will give you millions of results, right? So your problem is that where is the thesis? Where is the journals or alin dyan ang reliable from that 672,000 results? Okay? Saan dyan yung PDF, saan dyan yung hindi PDF? So you want to limit, all right? You want to limit. So some of the techniques that we are using is to put a how do you call this? Parang operators or Boolean operators. Okay? So in this case, no, I want to put file type. Get me? File type and I put colon. So I want na PDF lang yung lumabas, so I put PDF. So when I click enter, these are all PDF. All right? These are all PDF. So here we see that mayroong from journals.upd.edu.ph. So when I click that, oops. When I click that, nag-open siya. So PDF. So here it is. Okay? Here it is. Can you see it? So naka-PDF na siya.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, naka-PDF na siya. However, when you want to access, for example, let's say in other areas, no, not in Filipino. Let's say indigenous languages, indigenous indigenous language. All right. So indigenous language. So naka-file type siya is PDF. I am showing you the techniques, no, para ma-apply ninyo when you are doing research. So itong technique natin is very general in nature. So indigenous language, so when you hit the or when you add file type colon and then PDF, PDF lang yung ilalabas ng result page. So meaning to say, reliable siya because most of the format of publication online is PDF. All right? So you can also change this, no? If you want to change from PDF to DOC or doc, you can change that file type. So lahat naman yan siya document in format. Mayroon din tinatawag na PPT for PowerPoint. All right, so naka-PowerPoint na yan silang lahat. All right, so when you click this, the archives of the indigenous languages of Latin America, when you click that, okay, and then you open, so ayun, naka PowerPoint na siya. So that is the power of the operator. So since we are looking for asan na ako? Since we are looking for PDF, because PDF is the standard format of online publication, so we see here PDF. All right. So sir, lahat yan PDF. Alin dyan yung journal articles, alin dyan yung thesis and dissertation. That's our problem. So some of the techniques that we are using is like this, no? NURL, okay? NURL, and then we see we type thesis, okay? So meaning to say, in every URL, you know the URL, this is a URL. This is a URL, and then this one is a URL. So meaning to say, in the URL itself, mayroong na-mention na thesis. So when you click that, okay, so when you try to check the individual URL, merong na-mention na thesis. So this one, thesis. So you are sure that this is a thesis. So when you click that, ida-download niya yung thesis. Okay? Okay, so can you see it, guys?
Yes, sir, yes.
Okay. So this is an example, no? Thesis. Okay? Thesis. Using that operator in Google. Thesis. All right? So yan yung example. So the reason behind, no, of the NURL operator is that ang nililimit ni Google is the URL itself, no, kasi naglagay tayo ng in URL. So dapat sa bawat URL mayroong na-mention na thesis. So in other words, sa server type or sa server level, pumapasok yung query natin dun sa mga folders within the server na may makita folder na thesis. So doon siya humuhugot ng mga results depending on our search query, because dito pa rin magdidepend yung result page. This file type and the NURL are just limiters. Okay? Are just limiters. Linilimit lang nila yung result. Siguro later on I will be providing you with a separate lecture on how to use Google for your research, because uh, this is a very long topic to discuss. Okay? This is. And then mayroon din kaming tinatawag na quotation, and then you type journal of. So this is a truncation searching technique. So indigenous language, file type, PDF, and then you put journal of in a close and open parenthesis or quotation, and then ang ibigay na sa inyo are all journal or journal articles. Can you see it, guys?
Yes, sir, yes.
Okay. So say for example this one, language, indigenous peoples and the right of self, blah blah blah. So when you click that, then Google will open the PDF copy of this one. So you are sure that this is a journal. All right. So this one. All right. So New England Journal of Public Policy, Language, Indigenous Peoples, and the Right to Self Determination. So this is full text journal from Google. So we use Google as the search engine of journal, of thesis, and of other formats, no, of PowerPoint. Okay. So I did I
Thank you
satisfy
so much, sir.
question?
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any more question?
Thank you very much, sir, for your sharing that technique to us. And I think it is the last question for today. And at this moment, allow me to present the e-certificate of our resource speaker as an appreciation to him sharing his wisdom with us today. Mindanao State University College of Education, Marawi City Department of Secondary Teaching, Office of Research and Extension Services, College of Education Young Researchers Club present this certificate of recognition to Mr. Abubakar S. Mama in grateful recognition and appreciation of his lofty thoughts, brilliant ideas, and rich experiences shared with the topic assessing online academic resources in the new normal environment. During the fourth College of Education, Department of Secondary Teaching, Office of the Research and Extension Services, Young Researchers Club online lecture series held on December 5, 2020, 1:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. via Zoom. Signed by Dr. Muntia Jamila D. Sarip, the Dean of the College. Signed by Florencio D. Recoleto Jr., the Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, and Professor Lotis B. Dagisonan, the Chairperson of the Secondary Teaching Department, and the Professor Rosnia G. Tamano, the Extension Coordinator and YRC Junior Advisor, and Dr. Warda D. Gimba, our Research Coordinator and YRC Senior Advisor, and also signed by Ms. Rehani M. Pangkuga, the YRC President. As a reminder for our dearest participants, we will be sending out your e-certificates via email after filling out the post-evaluation form that we will be just posted via Zoom meeting chat box and via Facebook page. As we are now approaching the closing part of today's event, may we request everyone to kindly turn on your cameras for the photo opportunity. Again, kindly turn on your cameras for the photo opportunity. Again, kindly turn on your camera for your photo opportunity. Guys, turn on your cameras. Mamaymana Ibra, Yasmin Hana, Farhana Ipumbaya, Lawa Juhaina, Siti Aina Bashir, kindly turn on your camera, please. And Sir Fern Nando Secate, Sir. Hello? Okay. So guys, are you ready?
Smile, everyone. Okay, ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Last one. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. And we would like also to thank our participants Facebook Live. Thank you so much.
And now, that concludes our webinar for today. We hope that you have enjoyed gaining knowledge from this webinar. Indeed, we are not born knowledgeable in everything. We are born to learn. We hope to see you again in our next webinar. Once again, thank you very much, Sir Mama, for sharing your wisdom to us. And thank you, everyone, for your virtual presence. As a final reminder, as well as to the participants, we will be giving a certificate only to those who have completed the webinar and filled out the post-evaluation form that we will be provided via Zoom meeting and Facebook page. Once again, this is the fourth webinar series of the Young Researchers Club, crafting the review of related literature, recultivating enthusiasm for research learning in the new normal. Thank you and have a nice day, everyone. Bye.